Is there any maybe a simple tip or tool that you would like to share with some of the teenagers who are actually listening into this, this chat on how they can also participate? Because we've talked quite extensively in terms of building better relationships and increasing the quality of our communication, primarily from an adult or a parental point of view. Any tips for teenagers who are listening to this conversation, and what are one or two or three simple things that they could do from their perspective in terms of starting conversations, increasing communication, and also building or rebuilding relationships with their family, their friends, and especially their parents? Yeah.
Yeah. So, see, as you said, essentially it's the same. What adults do is what teenagers have to do. But you can't expect too much from a teenager. They are just, evolving. And we have to admit that they have a lot more challenges than what we had when we were teenagers. We have to admit it. And we have created this world for them. So there is more responsibility on us than you can expect from them. Having said that, um, teenagers again have to understand that parents do everything in their best interest. They are not their enemies. You may have your best friends, you may have your own friend groups or virtual friends, online friends, anything. But at the end of the day, those who really care about you are your own people, your father, your mother, your grandmother, grandfather, siblings. You may have sibling rivalry, but something happens to you, the heart that throbs is the closest to you. So they are not your enemy. So first understand your family is not your enemy. They want the best for you. They are only unable to express it in the most positive or productive way because they don't know how to, because they have not been taught. If you want to become an engineer, you go and study engineering. You want to become a doctor, go do MBBS. You want to specialize in cardiology, go do that. If you want to be an artist, go join an art school. But if you want to be a parent, where do you go? You just have a child, you're a parent. So now what to do? I don't know. And if you want to get married, is there something that tells you, hey, look, marriage involves all of these things? Is there any specific steps that you have to follow? No, because there's no universal solution for anything, because situations are different. So you don't know anything. So similarly, your parents don't know how to express their love for you, possibly in some cases. That doesn't mean that they don't love you. Now, the scolding you get, or the advices you get, or the nagging that your mother or father does, is because they want you to be good in life, do well in life. But the way they are communicating it is wrong. So you think that they're criticizing you, they don't love you, they hate you, in fact, and that is why they are behaving this way with you. It is not. They just don't know. So you can take the initiative here. I would ask teenagers one question. Recently, when I did a self-esteem seminar to one of the schools here, 9th and 10th graders, I asked them, all of you say that my parents don't love me, they don't tell me this, they don't get me this. Have any one of you gone to your mother or father and expressed your gratitude for them having given you so much in life, such a good education in a good institution, all the gadgets that you have, all the dresses you have, the parties you've had? Have you ever thanked them profusely from the bottom of your heart? Have you really thanked them? Not one hand went up. But that was an eye-opener for them. At the end of the talk, two boys came and said, we thought very seriously about what you said. I've never thanked my mother. That he doesn't have a father. So he said, I never thanked my mother. Now I understand all her challenges in raising me as a single person. But I always thought she was denying me stuff because she didn't love me. But if I look back, she has actually given me a lot of things for which I've never been grateful. So, you start that initiative. So realize your family is not your enemy. That's your first thing. Number two, if your family is not showing the love you expect, it's just that they don't know how to express it. So you take the initiative. You go, tell them, hug them, be with them. And another way of expressing your love to them and saying that you really are grateful for what they are doing is help them in their chores, household chores. The simple things: make up your bed, in the morning, get your bed straightened out, put your clothes in the washing machine or the basket for that. And if the vessels are there, dry the vessels, arrange them in the cabinets. And if your mother or father is cooking, go cut the vegetables with them. Now that's a beautiful opportunity to open up a conversation. It creates a ground for conversation, because you may say, how do I cut this? And then your father or mother shows it, and then they may relate some experience. So when I was small, I used to be with my grandmother. She taught me how to make a pudding or something like that. It's a conversation starter. You create that situation for that. You create your own opportunities. So when you come out like that, your parents are naturally going to reciprocate to you, because this is what they wanted from you. So there is nothing great that's involved here. There is no much bigger effort involved here. Always don't think that parents have to give you something because you deserve it. None of us deserve anything. We all earn things. You want love, you express love. You want respect, you respect the other person. It's all gained, it's all earned. Nothing is given in a silver plate. Nothing at all. Every bit of money that you earn, you have to work for it. Every bit of fame that you want, you have to work for it. Every bit of love you want, you have to gain it. You have to show you're a lovable person. If somebody is not showing that love to you, no matter what, you love that person. I'm not talking about a stranger. I'm talking about your own mother and father and your siblings. So you become the change that you want. That's what Gandhi said, right? You become the change you want to see in the world. My mother is not behaving the way I want her to, then let me show her how I want to be treated. You think a mother is going to shy away from that? She knows now, okay, fine, my son wants this. Most of the times, parents are in the dark. They are kept in the dark because you don't talk to them. You don't express your feelings, what you're going through, what's bothering you. If you have a problem at school or your college, the best person to talk to is your mother or father. And it is again the parents' responsibility to listen to it unconditionally, unjudgingly. Because if you're going to judge, then children are going to stop talking to you again. Because you have to look at it objectively, not as my child, my daughter or my son. What would you do if some third person comes to you for help? You're going to listen. Do the same thing with your children. So when both parties act in harmony with each other, then this will thrive. So for parents, I would say treat your children as adults and deal with them as adults. Do the same courtesy, extend the same courtesy you will have extended to your professional, contacts. So for teenagers, I would say treat your family as a loving unit. They are not your enemies. Bear that in mind.
Thank you so